some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Park Pals. Maddie is not here today, but we do have the amazing Kris Carr. Thank you for being here.
No problem. I love doing these. How you doing, buddy?
Oh my gosh, great. It's been such a long time, I feel, since you've been on. So I was trying to think of the last time, but it's been a minute. So yeah, exciting to get back into it with you.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to get right into it. But before we get to Second Chunce, which is the episode that we are reviewing today, Season 6, Episode 10, we do have a few great voicemails from actors who were on our last episode, The Cones of Dunshire. So thank you to those people. It was just a little too, the timing wasn't right, so I'm just going to go ahead and play them now. The first one is Rob Kerkovich, who played one part of the hipster couple with the gal who was trying to buy Ron's house when Donna and Tom are trying to like swankify his cabin. And just a friendly reminder that the gal in this couple is Megan Amram, who is a writer on the show, which is super fun. And she does a bunch of other writing as well for, you know, the Sherverse and comedy and stuff like that. But anyhow, so let's listen to his first one.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me on, first of all. Always down to talk a little park and recce. Let's see, how did I get my job on parks? Do I remember? So I did an email search and found some details here. I actually auditioned for a different part on the prior season. I think it was season 5. I auditioned for some part called, I'm gonna double check, Hip Malavoy, a photographer. I think he had like a scene with Jerry, something like that, but didn't get it. And frankly, I'm cool with it because then I got to be old Dirk here. It seems like, again, I don't remember any of this. Thank God for Gmail archives. But when I booked the part, or before I booked the part, they wanted to double check that they could shave me in creative ways. My face, I mean. Obviously. It'd be weird if it was otherwise. So they wanted to, because I had a beard at the time, and they were asking if they could give me a goatee or mutton chops or just something weird and dirtbaggy. They didn't quite know at that point. And the only issue was that I was guest starring on another show on ABC Family called Chasing Life. And so there was this whole back and forth about, are they cool with him shaving? And it was all these emails had happened over the weekend. And then it looks like on this Monday that happened, I still didn't know if I had the part and was going to be working on Tuesday. And it looks like I emailed my manager. They got back to them saying, yes, he's in. So I found out I was working the day before I worked. And I'm not quite sure if I did wardrobe before on the day or if I somehow got in there quickly. But I do remember the wardrobe process because I did see that sweater. I think I'm wearing like a sweater with a pink cat on it. And then they also wanted to put me in a fedora, which I'm, as you can see in the show, don't look great in hats. I have a tiny head. But yeah, that was the whole process of getting on the show.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
What a little sweetie.
And yes,
thank
you for Me too. And thank you for clarifying where they wanted to shave you.
Oh, it's like he could already see our faces.
Totally. Oh my God. Which makes so much sense because, yeah, he has a comment to Ron about like cool mustache. Do you ever think about like twirling it up at the ends or whatever? And I definitely remember like, I don't know, it just felt like a neon windbreaker in my mind. Maybe that's what Megan was wearing. But yeah, it was very hipster vibes. I do remember the hat. And yes, oh my gosh, thank you for searching your Gmail. The amount of people who find like their call sheets or the sides from their audition in Gmail archives is truly astounding. And I appreciate it so much.
It's the best. I lose stuff all the time. I freaking love Gmail because of that.
Yeah, totally. Well, wait, was it you who said that you like delete all of your stuff though? You don't like to have a lot of stuff in there?
I do delete a ton of it, but I archive all of my auditions. So those all stay in a huge folder. And then like agent emails and stuff. Because by doing that, I found out that my agent I have right now, who you know, was like one of the first people I tried to get represented by when I moved here.
Wow. That's
and like
crazy.
he sent me a really nice email back of, hey, you're great, but you're green. Here's where you should go train.
Oh my gosh, what a full circle moment. That's wild.
Yeah. I got to forward it to him last week, and I was like, what are the odds?
Oh my gosh, and that truly shows how much like submitting and stuff we do to not really even remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so that's the first one. We just have one more from Rob. Here is the second one.
I just want to say, by the way, before I answer this next question, how great it is that you guys are doing this. I am currently with my wife rewatching Parks and Rec with our 11-year-old, sort of introducing him to great comedy, and he's super into the show. Even all these years later, it's just a testament to the show and also my son's taste. But anyway, yes. Again, according to Gmail archives, was in Palmdale, which is not an interesting part of California, and very kind of dry. And I mean, that's a lot of California and the LA area, I guess. But oftentimes when you find out you're shooting in Palmdale on any kind of gig, there's always a moment of, huh. But anyway, went to Palmdale. I think I'm trying to remember a lot of details here. This is obviously a long time ago, but I do remember the vibe on the set was pretty sweet. Everyone was digging the aforementioned cat sweater, so that felt good. Megan Amram was the writer, and she was also playing, whether, I don't know if it was my girlfriend or my wife or whatever. So having the actual writer of the show was pretty great, because I'm also a writer and have written on some comedies and stuff. So it was great to have somebody there that I could immediately bond with beyond just, hey, we're both acting in this show. It was cool to see her on set, and because she's the writer of the episode, she's also giving input and all this stuff. So that was really fun. Working with Nick and Aubrey was great. I mean, everybody, there are other cast members that were there that I just didn't have my scenes with. I'm pretty sure Aziz was there and Retta. And so in the downtime in between, everyone's kind of hanging out, and they all were super cool. They weren't, sometimes certain actors can be like standoffish when it comes to, I'm not directly working with this person in a scene. I don't really need to interact with them. That wasn't the case here. Everyone was super cool up and down the line, including the crew. It just felt like, I think this was the 6th season at this point. So they were a well-oiled machine, and it just felt like everyone liked each other, which was great. I think I could be inflating this, but I do feel like there was talk of like, hey, let's all go out later, including me. I was like, oh, okay. Which I didn't do. I don't remember why, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, and then, the only other anecdote I've got is Offerman, before a take, we're in this cabin, and I hope I can say this. I don't think he would care. I don't know him, obviously, very well. But we're about to, everyone's in places, and they've already slated. They're basically doing the routine of, okay, everyone on your marks, whatever. Actually, that's not what they say. That's a race. But anyway, everyone's ready to go. They slate. They say, sound speeds. They're about to say action, and Nick Offerman just blasts the biggest fart. Intentionally. Just the full, lean to the side, raise the leg. Alarm sound goes off, and the entire set just lost their minds. It was hilarious. And I would extrapolate that wasn't the first time that's happened based on everyone's reactions, but it wasn't like, oh, come on, man, we're trying to make our day or anything like that. It was everyone lost their minds. And I just love the fact that he was comfortable enough in front of many people he didn't know, because there were a lot of background and other characters, if I recall, in that scene, just breaking wind. And yeah, so it was a magical day. I definitely have talked about this with people in the past, when getting into different shows I've been on or gigs I've gotten, and that day was definitely a highlight because of how cool everybody was.
That is so exciting. What a great voice memo to get.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, that sounds like what both him and Pratt were doing the entire show. Just fucking with people like that. You know what I mean?
Trying to out-fart each other.
Yeah, totally. So that's funny. But okay, so a couple things. First of all, great that you're introducing your son to Parks and Rec and that he loves it because yes, that is correct. You know, teach them young, get their tastes right as much as you can. Obviously, we don't have control over all of that. Looks like Palmdale is about an hour and a half with traffic, but an hour from LA. So I thought that was interesting because a lot of times these under 5 auditions and scenes are like usually on the set, like in the studio. This one was at CBS Radford. So that's kind of cool that this was an on location moment.
Yeah. Palmdale's a heck of a drive.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you've ever been or like, do you know what that's like?
Yeah, I had to, when I was a brand ambassador for a dog food company, I had to go to a feed store out there to give out free samples. It was my one and only time there. There was a huge python in the shop. It was great.
Oh my God, what a story.
It was wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's Palmdale. And yes, Megan Amram. So just as a clarification, it totally like isn't a huge deal at all, but Megan didn't write the Cones of Dunshire, the episode that he was on specifically. That was Dave King, who, if you have been listening to the show for quite some time, know that he is a Lurpus of the Lurpus family in Pawnee. And he is also the rabbi that marries Craig and Typhoon. So that is Dave King. But Megan probably most likely was in the writer's room because she was a writer on this season. So I'm sure that she like had some input and some say in what was going on. But either way, that's still super cool that, you know, they got to bond over being writers together and, you know, that she was an actual writer on the show. So I'm sure that was really cool to talk about too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the last thing, I could totally see them hanging out or asking everyone to hang out after the show like wrapped or whatever, because we've talked about that before. I don't know if Rob had this experience, but we've talked about this before with other co-stars where they have experiences in the van, like where you go from, you know, base camp, which is where, you know, all the trailers and the makeup is for everyone who's not aware. And then you take a van to set or to location, wherever you're shooting. And the amount of van stories, I call them, we have is so like amazing and beautiful because it's always with, you know, that you're at one with everyone essentially, like, you know, Leslie or Amy's there, Nick Offerman, like Adam Scott. Sometimes we've had them in the van with Rob Lowe, like the co-stars all ride in the same van over there, and so they're always having really nice conversations, and it's really wonderful to always hear how kind they are and inclusive. They're never like, oh, you're an under 5, like we don't want to talk to you, which I have heard is the case on some shows. You are very separate.
Tons of them.
Yeah,
you hear from PAs all the time too of, oh no, that actor, they absolutely do have the no eye contact rule, or they absolutely do have that like no one can be within a 15-foot radius of me. It's wild how people behave. I love that the through line on so many of these episodes you've done too is just how lovely everyone who like is involved in the show in any way, shape, or form is. Like this show is just a magnet for goodness and wholesomeness.
And it all comes back to Mike Schur's rule of no assholes. I mean, that's like, if you're an asshole in any way, shape, or form, it's like you don't need to be on the show, you know?
Yeah.
We're not here for that. It's so cool. Well, thank you, Rob, so much for that. We really appreciate it. Those were super fun stories about getting shaved and Nick Offerman farts. Okay, so the second gal that we have from the Cones of Dunshire is Stacy Allen. She played one of the accountants with Ben, and one of the people, it's at the end, she's in the full episode as well, when they bring a calzone to Ben, and they're like super excited about that, but it's at the end in the tag where he leaves the Cones of Dunshire with these accountants, and two of them go, I call Ledgerman, and Stacy Allen is one of them. And so let's listen to what she has to say.
Okay, how I got the job. Yes, I had to audition, and it was super short and super weird. At the very, very, very end of the episode, when you see me say, I call Ledgerman, along with, his name was Joey. He was the other one who auditioned for the part. That's the line I auditioned with, and that was it. And sometimes one-liners can be the hardest because there's no scene before it or after it, so you just have to create that reality yourself. And I remember in the waiting room, I was oddly not nervous. And oftentimes when I'm waiting for an audition, I might get a little nervous. But once I get in there, I'm not, because I'm busy doing my thing. But I wasn't nervous in just waiting to go in. And then when she called me in, it was just one casting director and her camera, and we went through it, and she said, you could do some improv. So I was like, okay. So I said the one line, I call Ledgerman, and I said something like, Jinx, you can't talk until I say your name 5 times. And then I just said like Lacey, Casey, Tracy, and she turned off the camera and just looks at me stone cold and says, I have no idea what that was. But thankfully it was immediately followed with, but I like it, let's keep it. And so there was a moment of like dread, and then it turned into like, okay. But I mean, either way, whether she liked it or not, I felt confident in what I did. I don't think I expected necessarily to get the part, because most of the time you don't. So it's just not something that you expect to do.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy though. I understood what she was trying to do. I don't know if that's what the casting director meant when they said, I don't know what that is. That seems like super nerdy, super in character.
Yeah. That had to be like the most devastating 5 seconds too, before that next moment of, but I like it.
Yeah, the stone cold look after you I don't know, tried something new.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I totally understand.
Oh, yeah. Full existential crisis. I would have lost it. Oh, man. Good for you for taking a risk. It obviously paid off.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the second one.
My day on set actually started out kind of stressfully. I think my call time was like 11 or 11:30 a.m. or so. And it was 9 a.m. that I got a call from production saying they need me now. And I was like, okay, I mean, I can get ready, but it's probably going to take me 45 minutes to get there. And they're like, that's fine, just come. And I'm like, okay. So I very quickly changed out of my pajamas, and got dressed and drove over there. It was filmed at the Warner Center in Canoga Park or Woodland Hills, something like that. It was actually kind of interesting because the whole bottom floor was a fake office, and it made me realize that particular office probably remains empty and is used over and over and over again for filming purposes. I don't know if that's true, but I assumed it was. Anyways, so I finally get there. They say go to hair and makeup or whatever, and I did, and I got all dressed, and then I went in ready to film thinking they'd need me, and I ended up just sitting there for about an hour because no, they didn't. But I also totally understand that things change, and so that wasn't a bad thing or anything. But anyways, then we took a break for lunch, so I had lunch before I did anything, and then of course got back into costume, and then went over to film, and we filmed in a couple little spots around that office building.
I'll actually just pause it right there because I do want to comment on the office. I feel like that's really cool to know because most of the inside set is at CBS Radford, like we were talking about. So, and when she was talking about how there's like empty offices and empty things, I always think of the whatever airport that is that they always use in films.
Oh yeah,
which one is that? I can't remember what it is. But there's one in LA.
I can't
like
think of that name. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Burbank, obviously, but it's like I want to say Ontario, but that's Canada.
No, there is Ontario because that's out by
is there?
By Corona.
Oh, okay. And like,
but you can fly out of there. Yeah,
exactly. There's like a wing that is not used.
Yeah.
Or there might be like light days or something like that, and they like that's where they filmed that office scene, I believe, when Steve Carell leaves. But anyway, so that's that. And then the classic hurry up and wait story. Oh my gosh, like get here, and then you don't do anything. Yeah, totally understand. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's continue.
My time in my trailer dealt with changing clothes a lot. Not only because I had to as soon as I got there, then I had to take them off, and then I had to put them back on. And then, I don't know, I had 3 or 4 costume changes or wardrobe changes, and they were all really cute. I actually remember the fitting was at the CBS studios in Studio City, I think it is. Yeah. I went in there, did my thing, and then when I left, I realized I forgot my jacket or something in there. I don't remember what I forgot. I forgot what I forgot. But I had to go back in, so I went back up to the gate, and he was like, "Weren't you just here?" Yeah, I have to go back in because I forgot something. And so I drove all the way in and went in again, and they had it waiting for me, so they expected me to come back. So that was kind of funny. I remember the scenes that involved the calzones. Okay, first of all, they were real calzones, but nobody ate them because that would not. You don't eat set food. I'll just say it that way. You don't eat set food. And I think every take we did of that, and I think Adam was the only one who necessarily had lines in that, because all of us accountants were just watching him open a pizza box that was really calzones because we're accountants and we don't have senses of humor, but that is funny to us, or at least that's what I thought in my head. Yeah, I think he had the only line, but we did that over and over and over again, and it was a little different every single time. And Adam improv'd it a couple of times, one of which he just like looked at me and said, "Hey, where are you from?" And what came out of my mouth was Temecula, which is not where I'm from, but that's what I said, which is fine. That's where my accountant self was from, I guess. It might have been in the same room that we filmed the very last scene with the Cones of Dunshire. Oh my gosh, the Cones of Dunshire. Okay, this was fun and pretty unexpected. I mean, obviously we have the script and everything, but you don't know the details until you show up and see them with your own eyes. And so there were actual instructions, there were actual game pieces, and in between the many takes that we did, I was actually reading and trying to learn how to play this game. I mean, we all kind of were, and it was fun. So that was surprising, and that made it really fun when we were just messing around in there. And then at the end, when Joey and I say, "I call Ledgerman," which is the line we auditioned with, I one time looked up at him and said no. It was very quiet, but it just came out, and it turns out that was the take that they used. So that makes me laugh, because if you watch it at the very end, I just look at him and I say no, because I want to be Ledgerman, which is true. I really did want to wear the hat, and I did get to wear the hat, and I was very glad that they told me I would be wearing the hat. So.
Oh my gosh, that's really hilarious. I did not know. I don't remember hearing her say no, but maybe since she said it was really quiet, it kind of cut out, or like I just missed it. I don't even remember that. That's crazy. But to see the Cones of Dunshire in real life, oh my God, what a dream.
Well done, props department. Giving
So
them real
good.
rules. Oh, love it.
Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, a couple more.
Somebody at some point made a GIF. Or is it GIF? I heard that it's supposed to be GIF, but everybody says GIF, so whatever. The GIF one, not the peanut butter one. Somebody made one of the one point when we're in a room celebrating, and Adam just turns around and looks right at the camera, and then back, and everybody says like, "Yay," or something like that. I don't remember. But the girl right in the middle with the glasses is me, and when the person created that, I started getting a lot of people sending that to me, and it was just fun, and it made me smile. And to this day, every now and again, I'll have somebody be like, hey, look what I found, and I'm like, yeah, that's been there a while. But that one always makes me smile, because it's just the whole day, it was a lot of fun and a lot of smiles, and it was freezing cold. I do remember that too. I think the picture I have with Adam, I'm wearing a sweatshirt over my very nice business attire because it was freezing.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, yes. That GIF is the one I was talking about last week where I didn't say it was a GIF. Yeah, I didn't say it was a GIF or whatever, but when I was like, Adam Scott is so sexy in this moment.
And you're correct.
Yes, I was like, this confident calzone eating solved the trust problem, winking at us. Oh my God.
Here for it.
So beautiful. Love it so much. So thank you for bringing that up. And yes, I will be sure to look at all the rest. I'm always just so mesmerized by the wink that I never really notice like the crowd in the back, like their faces. So I will definitely be sure to notice that next time. Okay.
I did not have much interaction with Adam, like during lunchtime and stuff where cast and crew was eating outside. He went into his trailer, which is totally fine. I ate outside with Joey, and then I know we stopped for a picture once with him, but I don't think I had conversations with him really. I mean, tiny little pieces here and there because, you know, we're standing right next to each other, and when the camera's not rolling, generally you're not just standing there like dead robots. But working with John and then also Bob Bancroft, who I think he was a recurring role or a guest star on a few episodes, something like that. I loved talking with them. We just got along so well and had so much fun. And oddly enough, I think we were talking about food allergies for a while. Because I definitely have food allergies. They either knew somebody or they did too, because we actually talked about that for quite a long time. But John was so genuinely himself, and what you see from him on screen is a lot like who he is. He's a happy guy. He's a smiley guy. He was just genuinely fun to be around, and I sincerely enjoyed talking to him that day.
Yay, that's awesome. We actually interviewed a full interview with John Palma. She's talking about Barney. And so I'll have to repost that in the show notes if you guys want to take a listen. And she's right. He is so kind and so nice and so like Barney vibes, I feel. And then Bob Bancroft is the one who does not like Ben at first, who is like, let's see what you got, Wonder Kid, whatever. And then he's eventually impressed by him. My thing, and I actually emailed with Bob to see if he wanted to send in a voice memo, but I think he was just like, I don't really have a ton to add, which I've gotten those before. But we'll see. I might follow him up. I always like follow up with people, and I'm like, I literally don't care if you send me 2 seconds. I just like would love to hear anything. But Bob is the one that I remember from Xenon on Disney. Do you remember Xenon? Of course.
Xenon girl of the 21st century. Her last name, she's Xenon Carr, dude. My brother and
I
I lost our minds. Yeah. Like when that came out, we were like, they're the Carr family.
Oh my God. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
Hayden
Bob
still
is the
says
one...
Zetus Lapidus.
Zetus Lapidus! Oh my God. My sister and I used to say that all the time. Totally. Oh my God. So Bob is in Xenon as the kind of villain character. Like he needs, I can't remember the specific details, but he needs some sort of like chip or something. And he's saying he's going to like use it for good. And then he takes it and he's like, I just tricked you, blah, blah, blah. And I just remember him so specifically from that because he is quite typecast as kind of the like mean one-ish, if you will. Mm-hmm. But he seemed very nice in his emails as far as I could tell. So anyway, but I just thought that was funny and really good to hear that those two accountants were really nice and genuine to the guest stars.
Yeah, that makes me so happy.
I know. Okay.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. It made me smile when you guys reached out, and it's always fun to go down memory lane because It was definitely fun working on Parks and Rec. I don't have anything new coming up at the moment, or at least not anything I can talk about. But it's, at least since Parks and Rec, I've actually been doing a lot more voiceover, and it wasn't necessarily something that I planned to do or tried to do. It's kind of just what happened, and I love it. I absolutely love it. If people ask what I like more, like voiceover or on-screen TV or film, the answer is whatever I most recently worked on. I think I like them both equally, but yeah, and something that I've started pretty recently is I have a TikTok account. I think I put them on Instagram too, but I think most people like them on TikTok. But I have an account called Learn with Silly Stacy, and I try to post 3 times a week. So far, I've been keeping up with that. And I do Myth Busting Monday, Weird History Wednesday, and 5 Fast Fun Facts Friday. And that's pretty fun. It's just random information, things you probably didn't know, like bugs that wear other bugs for camouflage, or that there was an emu war once in Australia, and just fun things. I love learning stuff, and I constantly have so many questions in my head. And so this is just a fun way to get that out and to share that random information. So if anyone wants to follow along with that, that's on TikTok or Instagram.
Well, fun. I'll definitely have to look that up and post it in the show notes.
I just found it.
Oh, yay.
She's so adorable. Oh,
Love that. And I love that she does voiceover. If you guys forgot, Kris Carr is a great voiceover actress and does a lot of teaching and stuff. You guys, if you are interested, this is where you go.
Yes, please.
So that's really cool, and thank you, Stacy, so much for all the amazing moments there. That was super fun. So I will definitely be posting all of the information that you talked about in our show notes, and thank you to the audience for listening to all of that, because I'm very sorry, but we had to do it, okay, because it's just needed. All right. Okay, I'll put in the show notes or something, like timestamps or something, but as of now, we are finally on to Season 6, Episode 10, Second Chunce, original air date January 19th, 2014, so we are in a new year in 2014, because the last episode, The Cones of Dunshire, was 2013, so after the holiday, then maybe they took a little break moment. Directed by Dean Holland, written by Amy Poehler and Mike Schur, like, just classic team here right now. And at first I was like, wow, like usually these heavy hitters only write, you know, when it's the last episode or a finale or like a first episode of a season or something really intense, like Amy wrote The Debate and stuff like that, which we knew we had been working up to. But this was, you know, and that was really important. But this was actually, I found out, one of those like important episodes, because it's actually the 100th episode of Parks thus far.
Oh.
So that is why I think that they decided to kind of make this the team. And they, if you were wondering, if you're nerdy like me, London Part 1 and Part 2 were considered as one episode. So if you, in your head, take those as 2 episodes, which on Peacock, they are. And we definitely did 2 episodes. This is like 101. But I do think that they are considering it as one episode. And so I have the DVDs because I'm a nerd, like I said, and they did a whole special bonus feature of the 100th episode. They had reporters, it looks like press, while Mike Schur and Amy Poehler did speeches, and everybody was in the city council hall talking about the amazing times and thanked everyone who made the show happen. And so that was a really cool thing to see. But I did want to talk about briefly that they went over their favorite moments from the series. And before that, Purd does like a little song and dance situation. Jay Jackson is that actor's name. And it's the ladies from Tea-Dazzle. I don't know if you guys remember, they're in that kind of like a sailor outfit, like all white with like their little red bandana. And he's like kind of singing to the tune of the intro music. So I thought that was really funny. But I'm going to first tell you about everybody's like favorite moments, because I think it's really cute to hear. And then I'm going to play a clip of what Leslie or Amy Poehler thinks is her fave moment. So, Nick Offerman talks about how the first Ron and Tammy moment was like probably one of his favorite things, like that he got to make out with Megan Mullally, like in that diner and like fall over the booth. and how Pratt made him laugh the hardest. And then Aziz talks about whenever Tom and Donna get together, like treat yourself. He says Perd is his favorite character. And he says he talked about this on Amy Poehler's podcast as well, but he says that his most like laughing moment, like where they just could not get through it, was when him and Adam Scott are at lunch with Joan Calamezzo, and Joan Calamezzo says, I'm going to go powder my nose, among other things. And Adam Scott's like, is she going to powder her vagina? And they just could not get through it. They kept cracking up, and that kind of like lives in his mind. So I think that's hilarious. The great Mo Collins, who plays Joan. Pratt says the Grand Canyon with April was like one of his favorites, which is so cute. Love that. And that John Ralphio, or Ben Schwartz, is so smart and probably one of his fave side characters, which, oh man, talent. Amazing.
So talented.
Yeah, I feel like me and Maddie talk about this, where I feel like he was one of the first recurring ones that like he just knew instantly this is John Ralphio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He did not take any time to get there. And then Adam Scott says the bus tour moments were some of his favorite moments going back. And his media blitz moments going crazy, like how he can't have conversations or interviews on TV at the beginning. Who isn't a little gay? And then they showed like backing up over Bobby Newport's dad's picture at the funeral thing with the bus tour. Rob Lowe says his favorite moment is the stop pooping moment from Flu Season, which I think that's a lot of people's favorite line.
Oh man, I love that one.
And then I thought this was interesting. He started, at the beginning, he talked about how he started pointing at everyone when he first came in. So, like, when he was learning everyone's names, when he was like, Ron Swanson, and pointed at them, and like, Leslie Nope, and started pointing at, and like, they do that, and they showed clips where he just does that all the time now. So that was, like, him just adding that in, where he's like, April Ludgate or whatever. So I think that's really interesting because I never really knew that was something that he kind of added in from the first, time we see him.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
It is.
And then, Retta said that Pratt catching the possum, like the possum episode where he's rolling over and the possum's like crawling all over him. That was one of her favorite episodes to watch. And then Halloween Surprise, which is where she, the fart attack of Jerry and where they got to watch Death Canoe. Oh my God. So good. And then Rashida didn't really have like a ton of like specific moments, but she did say that she just loved that everyone could come back together after all their like little woven storylines and then just like be a gang. And I thought that was really true for sure, like ensemble moments, but they each could have their own individual moments. Aubrey Plaza was interviewed in a tree and did not. It was so funny. Like she did not decide to answer anything. She was just like doing bird calls. And it was like one of those little things at the bottom, like caption where it was like, she refused to get down and she refused to answer our questions. And I was like, okay, Aubrey Plaza, that is definitely you.
Yeah.
And then Jerry said that one of his fave moments, or like most memorable moments, I should say, was the pie in the face during the Andy FBI moment, trying to figure out who got the pie in the face for Leslie when it really was, I think, for Ben. And they do a hilarious bit where they say, Jerry, like outside of set, he's like, outside of set, I'm Jim O'Hare. Like everyone treats me so nicely. I'm just like a regular guy. I'm an actor. They respect me. And the camera like blurs out and goes away from his face as he's talking. Like they don't respect him. Like he is Jerry outside of set. And I was like, oh my God, this crew really like knows what the fuck they're doing, first of all.
Yeah.
And also it's just like, they're just fucking around and having fun. It's so funny to me.
That's great. Oh, love.
Such great moments. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then here is Leslie's moment.
The first thing personally for me is still my favorite moment, which feels like it was in the pilot. Leslie has a moment where she stares out the window and there's a voiceover. And I think Valeria, our script supervisor, was reading the lines at the time out loud so I could be thinking about it. And I remember thinking about like, oh, this is what the show's going to be like. Long and arduous and well worth it. The chance to build a whole new park from scratch. This could be my Hoover Dam.
That's so cute. I just love it. Oh my God. I love hearing Amy talk about how important Leslie was to her, I feel. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So beautiful.
It's so nice when the people who made the characters that stick with you love them just as much. Because we have that so often, too, of just the, I did that and I'm kind of trying to move on. I love when those actors are like, no, I'm so happy that people still love this and connect with it. And it just means as much to me as it does to you.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a favorite moment that, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but like, or an episode or something that you think of when you think of Parks?
Honestly, this episode, Second Chunce, is one of our most quoted in this home.
No way!
Yeah, as we were watching it, we were like, oh my God, that's in this episode? Oh my God, that's in this episode? Because like, there's the, I know, I'm just so likable. Ben Schwartz's moment of, I'm open-minded as hell, we say all the time.
Daddy?
Daddy? Someone keeps ordering porn, like too much porn. Like, how could you get this much porn? So like, this really is the one I think that we do the most. And I think it's that John Ralphia moment. It's that, or I got run over by Alexis. Are probably my favorite things that have happened on this show. What's
so
yours?
Good. Oh my gosh. Well, I think the moment that always sticks with me with Parks is Smallest Park. The moment when Ben and Leslie finally get together and she's just like, screw it, like, I want to be with you and I want to do it. And Chelsea Peretti wrote that episode, so I always think about her as the writer. And yeah, how it just all comes together because she's worked so hard and they've worked so hard and Ben's trying to like do right by her, but also like stop it and just be together.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
so
such
cute.
a good one. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's just so cute. Okay, well, I loved that moment. So thank you for listening to all of that. And like I said, Maddie is not here today, but she hasn't sent in a summary yet. So if she does, I'll put it in here. And if not, you guys know what this is about.
Hello, Park Pals. Second Chunce. Very sad to be missing this one, of course. I'm always sad to miss, but very happy that I can voice memo in with my summary and opinions. So here's my summary. As Leslie finishes her last day in city council, she struggles to give up the dream. Anne and Kris find out the gender of their baby. Tom starts looking into new business ventures after Rent-A-Swag, and Andy returns from London. I absolutely love the beginning of this episode. It is anybody who's traveled overseas or had like even like going sometimes from like LA to New York is a rough jet lag situation, but it's real when you're like, your sleep is so off and I can't describe the feeling, but you know it when you felt it. And it's kind of awful. If you have to experience it, it's kind of awful just because of how tired you feel and out of it and the crazy things you do and say. The Dexhart stuff hits a little too close to home for right now for me. I think Parks and Rec, as we know, is always hitting on political things, but this one specifically in our current climate just hurts extra good, but also like way bad. And so, yeah, it's very frustrating and he's just going to get reelected because that's the way the world works and that's how everything's working right now and I hate it. But I had to make a comment about that. I love that no one's feeding into what Leslie wants to do here by going for Dexhart's seat. Leslie, see, Holly, you live as Leslie in my brain as my Leslie, and I'm your Anne. Holly, you and I have been having a lot of conversations recently about what does adult friendship look like, and how important it is to have the hard conversations with the people that you really care about in your life. And this struck home for me because the easy way out here is just to support Leslie and not make it awkward and just say, yeah, go for it. But everybody kind of stands up and, this is extremely hard for Ben, right? He's showing how much love he has for her in this episode by not letting her go forward with this. And I think I just thought this is such a perfect alignment with some of the conversations you and I've been having, Holly. For that, like, Ben's right. Like, she's going to be better off leaving city council, right? And I think a lot of times this is such a replication of how a lot of us can feel in life, where it's like, I've wanted this for so long, I've wanted this job for so long, that we say no to opportunities that place themselves in front of us. And it's hard to see them as opportunities, right? Because Leslie's losing her job, but in a way, this is an opportunity for her to make space in her life for something else and something new. And so I just love that aspect of it, whether that's her and Ben starting their family or if it's, another big government job for her. Sometimes letting go of something that was your dream or you still believe is your dream is making way for the next thing you didn't even think was possible. So I just think this is just a beautiful episode for those kinds of things. And I can't wait to hear what else you chat about. Thank you.
So we start this episode with Andy being back, and he is super jet lagged. And also, this was random to me, but I thought it was a fun fact to see that April likes to drink tea in the morning. She didn't have coffee. She had a box of tea.
Yeah.
So,
well,
fun
why
detail.
would she want to be awake,
Yeah. So anyway, Andy needs to get ready for work, but he stayed up all night, and now he's asleep again. I love this moment where he mowed the lawn at 2 a.m. and is asking for a beer. And it kind of goes back to what you were saying, where like it's the most quotable. I feel like that is just this season 6 is they are just in their fucking groove. They know all the jokes. Every time I review an episode, I'm like, oh my God, this episode, just like you were saying. And then I'm like, oh, this is the best one. They've hit their peak. And then I get to the next episode and I'm like, fuck, how'd they do that? So it's always so great. But yeah, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because the mowing the lawn, I was like, oh, that's this episode, because I always thought that was a funny Andy moment. Like, get me a beer at 2 a.m. while I'm mowing the lawn. So
it's such a peak April and Andy moment too. Like it's just so cute. Of we're just weird. We're just weird together, and that's great.
Yeah, well, especially when she's like, okay, I'll get him for you. And yeah, peak Andy April moment when she is about to, blast him with the hose to try to wake him up and stay awake. Because, yeah, with jet lag, you cannot be messing around with going to sleep. You have to try to force yourself as much as you possibly can, or as much as is healthy. And now Andy wants her to spray him with the hose, and they just do it anyway. And that's such a fun moment, I feel, because we haven't seen this in a minute because Andy's been gone and over in London. And so it's so nice to get a refresher course on their relationship.
Yeah. I love them.
So cute. Okay. Oh, yeah. At City Council now, Ben is having a meeting saying that this is Leslie's last day as City Councilor. So everyone just be extra supportive. I feel like this is really nice of Ben to try to make sure that her last day is like not the worst in the world.
Yeah.
Super sweet. I love Ron says he gave her a kind nod, and that's his support. Oh my God. Yeah, but I don't know what I would get for her. She's talking about like a gift that he could possibly get her. And I'm like, that's so hard. Like, sorry, you lost your dream job, as Donna says. Like, I don't know. Ugh.
Yeah. There's not really a fruit basket for that, you know?
Nope. No edible arrangement.
Yeah.
So, this is where Andy is jet lagged and then sleepwalking, and he starts peeing in the office. Oh my God. Be right out. Can you imagine if that happened? That is so crazy.
Oh, and he full Winnie the Poohs too, which is another so Andy thing. I'm just like, I just dropped trout. There we go.
Absolutely. And I guarantee that Pratt absolutely showed his butt. He did not have just his underwear on.
No, 1,000%. He's like, let's do it.
Yeah, no big deal. Oh my God. So Leslie is introducing Ingrid to the city council because she's taking her place, and Leslie can't get the words out that it's her last day. And she's talking about cat adoptions and African dance. Those are all part of the grief stages, right? And my God, I already had my feelings when they were going to recall her and how mad I was at everyone. But to actually have this happen and her have the box of stuff next to her of her office, I'm just like, now it's just depression.
Yes. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I feel like Ingrid has no idea what she is in for. I don't Leslie is, rough and tumble. She can get down with these hoes. And I feel like Ingrid is she is going to be in for a rude awakening.
all political gatherings with crusty old men from now on should be referred to as hoes.
That's it, though. Okay? Especially Dex Hart, who is a literal hoe.
Who's such a hoe.
Oh, my God. Anyway, Ingrid saying nice, saying that Leslie will be an inspiration and she'll do her best. And I do hope / think that she will do the best that she can, because before, like, regular Ingrid, and by regular, I mean like full Eagleton Ingrid would not have. But now that she is a part of Pawnee and wants to try to help a little bit, I do feel like she's going to try to do her best. And then Leslie, it's so funny. She's singing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And Kristen Bell obviously is a fantastic singer / operatic voice. And that is just icing on the cake of like, she can ace you and everything.
Yes. Oh,
so good. I'm so happy they got Kristen Bell. This is so great.
yeah. She kills it in this.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now Tom is meeting with the lawyer man that we have seen before, and the lawyer man is handing him a check and a personal note from Dr. Saperstein, because as we talked about before, he sold out whatever for Tommy's Closet. And yeah, I'm really proud of Tom. I said this before. I feel like Tom has had some great episodes in this season. He really turned around, because in the first like couple seasons, particularly the first 2, I am not rooting for Tom at all. No. I don't want you to succeed. I understand how vulnerable you are with Wendy or whatever, but you are digging your own grave. And then by the time like season 4, season 5 comes around, you're like, okay, you're trying. And now we are in full-fledged, I am rooting for you. You're an entrepreneur. Like, you fucking learned your lesson with E720 and you're trying really hard. And that was like respect. So I love that.
Yeah. Well, I also, that lawyer too, Mark Evan Jacobs, I think is just one of the funniest actors out there.
So good. Yeah, to see him in The Good Place do a similar vibe too, it's so good.
Yes, or Kevin on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's great. Yeah. He actually too, you can I think watch it on YouTube still. Dynasty Typewriter here in LA was doing reenactments of Muppet movies. And he plays Kermit in all of them.
Oh my God.
It's so
cute. Amazing.
I highly recommend.
Okay. I'll have to check that out and post it in the show notes for people. Then we've got another great guest star, Henry Winkler, which is incredible that we have him. Love that so much. We're back with Ann and Kris for a baby checkup. Ann is back from Michigan, and they're trying to decide if they want to know the sex of the baby, but they can't decide. So they says they'll put it in the doctor, Dr. Saperstein, will put it in an envelope, and they can decide later. If I were pregnant, I was curious on everyone else's ideas, but I don't think I'd want to know. I don't care. Do you care?
No.
I know that that's not like in your journey right now. But
yeah, I'm a child-free person, but
yeah.
I also I'm on the side of the fence of gender's a construct, so why would I be that excited about this idea anyway? You know?
Yeah, every time I see a gender reveal, I'm like, okay, I understand that's totally like your vibe, but I just don't need a gender reveal. That feels strange to me.
No, I think it's odd. Well, and especially since, you never have a guarantee of having a healthy baby. And so I always feel like that's the thing to be, all I'm here to check is just to see how healthy this little person is.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, we'll have to ask Maddie too, as the one of us who has a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually don't remember if she found out. I think she did find out, because they were thinking of names or whatever.
Okay.
But I should ask her if that was like an important thing for her to know, because I know some people have dreamed about like, I want to raise a girl, that kind of stuff, which I totally understand. Just, I'm open-minded as hell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So next, Tom is passing out the shares of Rent-A-Sag. Oh, God. That's not what I'm saying. You can do that too, but different company. So he's asking for ideas for his next venture, because now he has some seed money, and he's like, yo, what do I do next? And then we'll get back to that. But first, Ben is still trying to find a gift and tries to order a singing telegram and like talks about Requiem for a Dream. I'm like, honey, that's like, might as well just get some wine and start crying.
Yeah. Oh man, Adam Scott's so good with those turn deliveries too. Of just I'm hearing out loud how bad this is. I'm gonna hang up. Where it's just that stream of conscious thought. Oh, so funny.
Oh my gosh. That is something that I think that he has had since the beginning, because I've talked about this before where he said he wasn't always confident with improv, but as the show went on and after he did Step Brothers and stuff, he felt more confident. But like he has always had that stream of consciousness thing that you're just saying in the bag. Yeah. Like talking heads, all of that. It's been so good. Love it. So Ben is now saying that getting away from city council is maybe the best thing for her. And then we get news that Dexhart has another scandal. Oh, my Lanta. First of all, on like an actor-y / like real life note, I do love that Kevin Simons got to come back so many times. Kevin is the actor who plays Dexhart, and we did an interview with him for Christmas Scandal, which was way earlier in the season or series than I ever thought it would be. I thought that we would introduce that way later. We did a full interview with him, and Kevin's great. He was going to send a voice memo, but I don't think he had time or something. But regardless, we exchanged emails, and he's doing great. He does a lot of theater in LA, actually, so you guys should follow him on Instagram.
Cool.
And go check out what he's doing. But anyway, as far as Dexhart, the character goes, and side note, if you have not heard the Dexhart interview, Kevin is so not Dexhart in real life. He is super like nice and not a misogynist, at least as far as I could, gather from our conversation. We talked for like 2 straight hours, and it was kind of back to what you were saying. I feel like he's one of those characters that likes the show / what his work portrayed as much as we did. He was super stoked to talk about it and like had his script, and it was really fun.
I love it.
So anyway, he says he sets the record straight that Dexhart did in fact do all of it. That's what his press conference is for. I tried so hard to find the lady who plays his wife or whoever this person is standing next to him. She's so good. Her facial expressions were fantastic. They were not over the top, but they were just right. And she's not even listed on the credits. So I'm like, was that like an extra? If anyone knows, like, because sometimes it's not on IMDb, and I hate to say that, but sometimes it's up to the actor to make sure that's on there. But if I don't, I will literally scrub through the scenes and find the credits on the show itself, and I did not see it. So if anyone knows her, let me know. But she did great.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And she's so funny.
This writing here too, after like her facial expression, the texting, sexting, text-mexting. I was like, who the fuck would come up with this? This is so crazy. Of course Amy and Mike came up with this.
It's so specific.
So specific. Send photos of your junk from a restroom of a Chili's to go.
To go, yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's stuff like that in this episode that I'm just like, you guys are maniacs. I love it.
Yes. And it just keeps going. The reading off of his pseudonyms, Lee Harvey Teabag. And then I just love how serious he is about Anthony Weiner, which, oh my God. And we talked about this in Dexhart's or Kevin Simon's episode where if you need a friendly reminder, Anthony Weiner was a real person. He was a U.S. representative from New York who was forced to resign in 2011 because he did the literal exact same thing as Dexhart, except for not at a Chili's. But he was sending nude pictures to people and to minors. Dexhart didn't do that, which I'm glad that they wrote that out. But yeah, so that's why that joke is in there. Literally insane. But so, and I would love to know, I mean, it's just, it all comes out in the wash, I guess, but there are certain lines that I'm like, who specifically wrote that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I want to know who won joke of the day with that one,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, totally. And there are some writers like Norm was really good at Norm Hiscock, who is producer writer on the show, was really good about having memory of like, I think so and so came up with that, and that was nice. But there are moments, and if you're not, and I felt like if you're not familiar with the show or how like writing works, like you're all in a writer's room and like you break the story, but one person takes home a script and does like a first draft, second draft, whatever, and that's who gets the the credit. But there are people who contribute, obviously, kind of like songwriting in a way. And so I'm always just like, who came up with that? I know Alan Yang did Treat Yourself. And listen, that's good for me. That's one. That
Iconic.
is like legend.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah, so Leslie is now saying she's going to run against Dexhart in the next election. Yikes. I think even me, who is always on Leslie's side, I'm good at pointing out, like, when she's having a moment, but, like, it's not even that she's having a moment. It's like, this isn't the best idea.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're closing this chapter, but it's one of those things where you just, like, hold on so tight to what you really want to keep doing.
Yeah. Well, it completely makes sense for her, too, of why wouldn't I move to a different house and to a different part of the county and do all these other things, because this is the greatest city in the world that I have to serve. So you completely understand the beginning logic. It obviously really snowballs, but you as the audience go, oh gosh, that's such a bad idea, but I know why you're doing it, which is such good writing. And it says so much too about just the character of Leslie as a whole.
Yes. Oh, well said. Yes.
Thanks.
So Ben is like, yeah, like you just said, Ben is like, think about this. We don't even live in that district. And then she gets really super specific about like, we'll live there X amount of times or X% of the year. There is this like, it's so funny. IMDb sometimes gets super granular and it's like, in Indiana, even that wouldn't be enough to serve this like seat. And certain times I like the granular because you know me, I really love BTS and, you know, facts and things like that. But for this one, I was like, okay, good to know, but not helpful.
Yeah.
So if anyone was wondering, because there are certain moments, and people who listen to the show will know, but there are certain moments where I go on tangents where I'm like, that's not true, and here's why. But this one was like, okay, well, so if anyone cares to know that, just FYI. But we don't even get that far, so it's fine. Okay, so she says she has plenty of dirt on him. Like, she could beat him. But in my head, even before Jenn Barkley says this, I'm like, he has dirt on himself. He literally just told on himself. And terrible people win all the time. How do you think that we are where we are?
Wait, we've had polls done where people do that. Well, I like that he, you know, says what he says. I like that he's no bullshit. For people who do admit to doing horrible things or have a hot mic and say something completely uncouth where it's, oh, but he's so real. Oh, you know, they're no nonsense. Like, we constantly excuse those kinds of actions, especially if they just like conveniently align with us, you know?
Right. Yeah. Or if it gives you permission to say like, well, oh, I think that too. I'm racist too. We can say racist things now. Oh my God.
Exactly.
No. So, yeah, when I heard her say that, I was just like, this isn't going to work. And then Ben makes that point. I don't think it's here, but when he was like, you know, he runs scorched earth campaigns, like, this is going to be tough. Like, this is not going, I mean, your first one was tough as it is, but this is going to be even worse. So, yeah, it's sad though, because like you said, you can feel her wanting this so badly and why she would do it, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so now we are at the pitches for Tom's new venture. And this is one of April's best lines, which might be one of the lines that you guys quote that you're talking about. And I know Maddie loves this line too. So time is money, money is power, power is pizza, pizza is knowledge.
Pizza is knowledge.
I thought it ended at power is pizza. And then when it kept going to pizza is knowledge, I was like, brilliant. Circle back to the nonsense. Love that.
Yes.
Oh my God. So this guy pitching an abacus on your phone, which is a calculator. This guy is named Dan. Yeah, but you're talking about it. I love that. And I love that both of these things, the word counter thing and the abacus, are like already a thing.
Yeah.
So good. Anyway, this actor who comes up with the abacus, quote unquote, is named Dan Cole. And sadly, he passed away this year.
Oh,
or maybe, Maybe it was last year. It was within the last 2 years. It might have been 2024. But either way, I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to post his obituary in there because there were quite a few like Parks fans who posted in there and were like really kind. And he had done a ton of stuff. If you are also an Office watcher, which many of you are, he was Dan Gore is the name. He was the regional branch manager of the Buffalo branch in The Office.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I know.
That's
So he was
great.
totally in the Shareverse. He also did a ton of stuff. 2.5 Men, NCIS, like a lot of great work. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of shout him out and give him recognition because he was really funny. But you're talking about it. That was good. So well done and rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the automated word counter lady, which again, like we said, is also a thing already that you can do on your phone. I don't know. Is there a word counter like when you're talking out loud? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure. I think you can use an app.
That's what I was going to say because I know
Yeah.
you can do it on your like Google Drive and all that kind of stuff. Word counts,
Yeah.
obviously. But like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it when you're talking to your phone.
Yeah.
So anyway. This gal is played by Abby McBride. She's done a ton of stuff too. A lot of our favorite shows. New Girl, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Veep, Community, Alone Together, Shrill, which I really want to watch Shrill. That's the one with A.D. Bryant. I
Yeah.
need to watch that. It's a million years ago.
Me
Well, not
too.
really, but like, anyway. But she's also a writer and has contributed as a writer for Barely Famous, which I believe is TV film. I can't remember if it's TV. Either way.
Okay.
It's called Barely Famous. She did a great job though, so I was really pleased with her. I don't know, I don't think the director would have said this, but I love as she's walking away, it counts the words and she's like pointing to the phone like, oh,
Yeah.
you said no, but it's working. That was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And then, I don't know, did you watch this on Peacock?
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know if this was in the original airing, but on Peacock, I think they have a lot of scenes that I don't remember seeing, and I'll point them out. But this was one of them. I don't think Brett and Harris come in this one. I feel like this was cut. Do you remember it? Like,
Oh, no.
or do you?
They,
Is this a normal one?
I think, because they're in it. So, because they have their cute little high five moment.
No, I know, but I feel
Oh.
like it was cut in the original air. I feel like Peacock has
Oh.
added in a scene. Like, do you remember this from when it first came out, or like a couple years after it
I
came out,
feel-
perchance?
I can't remember. It feels like it's always
Okay.
been in there just because that also just
Right.
feels so intrinsically those guys.
100%. And there are times when I just totally forgot. There's one in particular I'll
Mm.
talk about it was cut, and this must be the producer's cut, which Peacock has been doing for The Office and for Parks. So anyhow, I didn't know if they were in it, but yeah. So Brett and Harris come in with some machine, but they don't even really pitch it. They just get excited that they said the same name at the same time, and then they bounce away.
I just love that they're like, that's what we accomplished. We did it, buddy. It's so cute.
Oh my God.
God.
I love it. I'm obsessed with Harris. I'm so like every time I talk about him, what a soul lost too fast, but so good.
Yes. Oh, just brilliant, brilliant dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so poor Jerry has a fantastic idea, and I think the best one of the whole entire day, obviously, and he sneezes all over it and they can't get past it, and it looks so great. He figured out a way to generate clean, renewable energy. I don't know if that's true, but it looked real. I felt so bad for him.
My headcanon is he absolutely did. He absolutely did. But because it's Jerry, he's just like, oh, well, that was the only one I made and I can't remember what I did.
Exactly. And the whole thing of like him apologizing to them as opposed to the other way
Yeah.
around. Oh my God. Oh, Jerry.
Ugh.
Oh, Jerry. Okay. Well, so now we're eating with Ann and Kris and deciding what gender would be good for them. And this is, oh wait, no, that's a little bit later on. We do get to this moment a little bit later. But this is where she starts talking about like the acorn penis and all that mess, which is a funny line. But then we get to Shauna Monway Tweep, who we haven't seen in quite some time, and Leslie's trying to break the news on Dex Hart. And this is where, to your point, where Tweep is like, yo, his poll numbers are up since the scandal broke. Like, people are into him for this.
Yeah.
And then even Tweep is when Dexhart walks by and is like, sweet jugs. And I just feel like I could fix him. Oh, Tweep. You got some work to do,
She's
bitch.
so messy. Oh, I love her.
Me too.
She's
and it's
such
so
a
funny,
mess.
like, it's so funny to see the decline because she started dating Mark way back when. And then there was, I think the moment it flipped for me was when she's like, I can't even get the shoe shine guy.
Yeah.
Because he was like into April and not sure or whatever what was happening. So
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that like this recurrence is over the series and not just like a random, guest star. So I just love to see this.
Yeah. Well, 'cause especially Amy does such a good job with that. Oh, Shauna.
Oh,
Just, oh, no.
oh God. Yeah, exactly. I think this is the line too where apparently Dexhart is like Miley Cyrus's cousin or somebody's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird. Okay, yeah. So this is where Tom has no idea what his next business will be and he hates all of his ideas. Okay, so this is the part where I do believe that this is a deleted scene because I just don't remember it. But there's one in particular that I researched that will be even later. So if this one that I'm about to tell you is false, the next one is for real. But
Okay.
the part where Ron says the invention or whatever of the large axe, and then Pratt says bottled drinks. Like, I just don't remember those being in the episodes that I watched before.
Yeah.
That seems totally added in, which is great. But I was like, again, it's a wonderful addition because again, those things are also all there already.
Yeah.
And except for April's macaroni and poison, which not sure we need that.
Yeah.
So the next scene is where we get the name of the episode. Leslie has a blackmail looking banner thing that says Second Chunce instead of Second Chance, just because they're all reused letters and numbers and mouse things, pictures. And yeah, so we'll get to their kind of like denial and everything in a moment, rather. But first, we are back with Anne and Kris. They've ordered a whole table of food, which looks fantastic. And that restaurant looks great. And then they can't read the doctor's chicken scratch, so they're gonna have to call him. But before that, right after that, because they're so stressed, Kris eats the bread and he eats a carb. That was 100% not in the original episode. And this was such a funny moment because Anne's like, no, babe, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
He's staring at the bread. I wrote down in my notes, it's so funny to me that I wrote this. But I was like, he's staring at bread like I stare at cake. I was like, no, don't do it. But also it's so good, so who cares? Just do it.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's bad to eat cake, even if you've had
No.
too much. But anyway, Oh my God. Yeah. So that part of Kris eating a carb and Kris eating the bread was not in there. That was totally a producer's cut moment, which I don't know. It was short enough, I feel like, but that always happens. I feel like a lot of the deleted scenes are so quick that like they absolutely could have put it in, but just like network time constraints are so stupid and strict.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is where we get to the part that Leslie is telling everyone about seeking re-election, and everyone is like, don't do it. Like, I don't think it's good. But they're being nice about it. Like, Donna says it seems like a desperate thing to do. And it's funny because Leslie's like, does this seem like something a desperate person would do? Yes, it does. Which reminds me of Ben's claymation. Does this seem like something a depressed person would do? Oh, love that. And I love that she carries Ron's words with like serious weight when he says like don't do it, and she's like, okay, this is like wisdom in a normal circumstance, but then she's like, what the hell do you know, dum dum?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
It's great.
Ugh. Andy hasn't pooped in 4 days.
That delivery too is so good. I'm just but I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't pooped in 3 days. It's just whoa.
It's so hilarious because, like you said, it starts off so wise. Like, it seems risky. I'd hate to see you go through another fight. Oh my God. It's such a wonderful moment. And I feel like we know more about Andy's like medical history and bowel movements than we ever asked for.
Yeah, it's very true. That is the moment on the show, though, where when we were watching it today, Logan just turned and looked at me and went, "We're them, right?" And I was like,
Oh
"What do
my
you mean?" He's like,
God.
I'm Andy, aren't I?" I was like, yeah.
Not a bad place to be, bud.
No. Which I was like, "No, you're adorably affable, like this guy." And I probably would suggest macaroni poison. So yeah, sure, we'll be those people.
Yeah, totally. I could see you being a mix of like Leslie and April, which you'd never think could be in a person, but it's you for sure.
Yeah.
And then this is the heartbreaking moment where Jerry's like, "Oh my God, you're running again? Great idea." And she's like, "Fuck." Yes, that sigh says it all.
So good.
Ugh. So for Tom's new venture, he's trying to make ideas on his own now, and he's talking about making a talking tissue idea. Oh my God. I think this is so funny and such a funny idea. Blow that nose, playa. Oh my God.
Somebody's got a case of the sniffies. So
Up your
stupid,
vitamin
I
C
love
game,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Call your mama. Perfect.
Okay, so now April and Kris are at Dr. Saperstein's house because they want to get this information about the gender. He says he's watching cartoons and it's supposed to be like 6 a.m. I couldn't see John Ralphio up at 6 a.m., but that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's watching cartoons with his son and you don't see John Ralphio there, so you think it's like a 6-year-old. You almost forget with how well he plays it. And then I love that they're wearing matching pajamas. That's super cute.
Yes.
I love that.
I love that even though he hates his kids, he so loves his kids, Like that's such a sweet little
Absolutely.
detail of me and Junior wearing the same jammies. Ugh.
That's it. Oh my God. Yes. The more the merrier, meaning he'll have sex with Anne as a pregnant woman and Kris. I think you're pretty good looking. I do wonder, and I know I've pondered this before, but no one's been able to give me a straight answer. And I think, like you said, in my head canon, and I think 90% true is that John Ralphio Ben Schwartz just comes up with these lyrics.
Yeah.
Or maybe not lyrics, but especially the melodies. I know he comes up with the melodies. I wonder if it got to that point because I remember in Scrubs, they talked about how in the script, a lot of the times, what's his name? The one who created it? Bill Lawrence. Yeah. He would just write in the script, Neil Flynn does some crazy shit. And Neil Flynn would just improvise or do whatever the fuck. And a part of me feels as though that's what's happening here, where they're just like, Ben Schwartz fucks with whatever melody words he wants to come up with.
Well, he's talked about on David Tennant as a podcast with. He's a guest on the most recent season of that. And he's talked about how Parks and Rec, he had so much room to play. And it's one of the reasons why he thinks he did well on that show is because he got to just really improv. So I think so much of it is probably just off the dome.
Totally. Oh, that's good to know. Oh my gosh.
He's so talented.
good.
You have to go see one of his Ben Schwartz and Friends shows.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh my God. Maybe
so
a lot of
good.
people, I don't know what it is, but a lot of people come to DC more than they come to Nashville for whatever reason. So maybe we'll come to
interesting.
DC.
Probably.
'Cause
Yeah, because he's been doing a national and international tour. And it's so fun. His brain works so crazy. I've got such a crush on that dude. He's so talented.
Oh my God. Who doesn't? Yeah, even when I watch the Middle Edition Schwartz or whatever on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what? That's not real.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Bananagrams. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. So shout out to Ben Schwartz. We'll have you on one of these days, maybe. Or I'll just talk to you in regular life. We'll see. Okay, so Dr. Saperstein can't even read his chicken scratch, so they need to go back into the office. And this is the part where the porn line comes in, and I love how he says, "Daddy, have a good day at work today, Daddy." So next up, we've got Leslie working on her speech, and Ben hears her. And I think this is a really special / important moment for us when Ben gives her advice about her speech, like flipping the 2 lines, because it's important for us as the audience to hear and for Leslie to hear that we will support you. We just want you to make a right choice, or like a choice that's best for you, that's not going to kill your spirit again, you know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Honesty and care aren't mutually exclusive things.
Mm-hmm. Great line. Yeah.
Thanks.
But totally, like, as far as the care part of it goes, I do feel like he was trying to do that with whatever gift he got her. And this was a fantastic idea. Again, my brain is like, the show, in the show, I'm so glad that Jenn gets to come back, and that this was a fantastic gift as far as like thoughtfulness, and like, if we are going to support you, you need to make an informed decision with one of the top experts. But like, you know, outside reality BTS world, I'm like, oh my God, great writing. And also we love Kathryn Hahn, our queen forever. So
Jenn
good.
Barnes is such a good character. I'm obsessed with her.
It's so good. Oh my God. And all of her lines, I'm like, Jenn Barkley, how do you do this? Because, or whoever wrote this speech, because this is one of those moments where I'm like, every monologue that she has, I feel, and it's not, I don't even know if you'd consider it a monologue, but it's like, you know, 5 consecutive sentences. They are bangers. Each sentence is of utmost importance. And I was just like trying to, you know, I always type out like the lines that I want to mention, and I'm just like, you know what? It's all of them for her. It's just, it's so good.
Ugh.
So
And
if
it's
you need
that
a reminder,
combo of writing and her, so good.
yes. Well, and that's how I felt about Ben Schwartz as well. I feel like obviously he got to improv so much, but they wrote the first ones and then he fucked with it and like did a great job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good. But yes, if you need a reminder, I know we already talked about it and you know this as well, but Jenn Barkley is the political consultant. So that is the gift that Ben gives to her to really think about if she should run for office again. Okay. So now Tom is talking to Ron about his new idea, which, again, fantastic. He's going to be the business liaison for the Parks Department / government in general. As he's explaining it, it's great because he's using all of his skills. He's talking about, because we had this moment where April said that she created her own job, and so he's kind of taking that to heart. And then it just kind of goes back. I feel like him and April have very nice moments where they're trying to, like, you know, pep talk each other. Like when April's dog adoption thing kind of failed, Tom was like, but you tried, and you just have to find something that you do like, that you feel like you can, you know, not have your soul sucked out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I feel like it's really nice to kind of have that full circle moment. But essentially, he's going to find companies in the private sector to move or expand to Pawnee, because now that Pawnee and Eagleton is merged, they need more cash flow, more income for the town. And I think it's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. It's a really great Tom moment where you are reminded that he is a capable and competent person. He just doesn't like doing the work to get there so often. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I really am into season 6, Tom, because I feel like you need that reminder less and less. Like he's becoming a little bit more well-rounded in regards to how goofy and weird and silly he can be, but he can also be really smart. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love that. And I love that he shows Ron the talking tissue, and Ron's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our Jenn moment. This is probably my favorite part of the whole episode so far. Jenn flat out says this is a terrible idea. Like, you can absolutely lose to a guy like that. You know, this is what we were talking about before. Terrible people defeat great people all of the time. This moment, and I know it's because I've analyzed it and been like so close to it, but when she says, because it's my dream job, and then Jenn says, then dream bigger, I was like, drop that fucking mic, bitch. It's so brilliant and profound, because we've all been in that situation. You don't have to be a city councilor that lost her job to understand. We've all been in this where, like, you did not get the thing that you were thinking was going to be your end all. And like, go above that and go above their heads and find something bigger, because you can do it.
1,000%.
It's so beautiful.
It's such a good moment. And I think, too, we as an audience take for granted that is a limiting belief system that Leslie's built for herself. Because we're so in the soup with her of, we got to make Pawnee this incredible place because you love it so much. So we're here about Pawnee. And then Jenn reminds us, too, she is better than this town. And not in a sense of like, she should move or these yokels or anything. It's just, if she wants to enact all the change, like Jenn says, then she just has to do something bigger and better because the city council ain't it.
Mm-hmm. And she can achieve the goals that she wants to achieve in a different position. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something really important to remember as well. That's so true what you said too about like we've been there from the beginning trying to get her elected because this is what she's dreamed of since she was 7 years old. But yeah, great point about it being a limiting belief that like all the things that she could want are not just in the city council, and she can affect change at a greater level, like Jenn says, doing a different job. It doesn't have to be city councilor. And so it's such an interesting, and especially when we get to like the last couple seasons of a show, you really need kind of a shift of like, okay, what's happening? And they did a great job with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, as in the analytical portion of it, and I'd love to hear what other Parks fans that have been, that are huge fans of it. I felt like getting kicked out of city council for me personally happened so fucking fast that it took me a while to get used to the idea of like, we just got here though. We've been like banging this out trying to get here. What? Who? Eagleton? What? And it took me a hot moment, especially because Ingrid just comes in all hot and heavy. And I went on a rant about that, but I'm over it. It's fine. But yeah, it's a really great point for Jenn. And then, of course, Jenn has her lovely moment of, don't be the woman who stays here. Be the woman who moves away, climbs a ladder, and then confidently comes back and has sex with her hot English teacher just for kicks. I aspire to be that level of like petty, unbothered, confident.
Hell yeah.
And I think the term, I mean, I know I don't want to repeat too much, but I just feel like the term, outgrowing them, like when you were saying like not better than them as in like I'm higher level or I'm like, elitist, but like we've just outgrown this job and outgrown the people that you can help at this level. And so the whole speech I feel is fantastic. And when she says the actual jobs, because it's one thing to give a pep talk and to say like you've outgrown them, but to say concrete positions like state senate, Congress, federal jobs, all of these are doable, and to come from Jenn to say that like these are like you are capable of running for these and winning these seats. I think for Leslie, she never even thought about thinking out of that box. So that's so fascinating.
Oh, absolutely. I love all of it. And then just peppering it with at the end there of just, and she doesn't care about her enough to lie. So you get it all at face value.
Yes. Oh my God. That line delivery is so good. And the way she squeezes her face, it's so amazing.
I love her.
Well done. Okay. So the press conference is in 10 minutes and Leslie can't keep talking to Jenn because she's going to sue her if she keeps talking. Should I put the chair back? Don't answer. Okay, so back at the doctor's office, Dr. Saperstein says they are, that was another moment. A lot of people are taking lubricant from the office. Like, so many people are taking so much lubricant, which I think plays so well with the porn thing that John Ralphio says earlier. Oh, that's why they cut some of that stuff. I'm like, so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they both say they have no preference because it'll be the best baby in the world. But they find out that it's a boy, and it was really special to them that they wanted a boy. So that's really nice. I like that moment.
It's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Then Dr. Saperstein asks if they will adopt his kids. They're both adults. Horrible. Or whatever his line is.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, so now we're moving on to Leslie being at the press conference. This look to Ben is, I mean, it almost made me want to cry because I was like, all they've been through together, all they'll support each other with is just like stunning. And then the gift of, her thinking outside the box and being told that she's capable of other things. It's so beautiful and sincere. And this big announcement that she has, she changes it to her having lunch at JJ's, and they're going to go eat waffles and make out and snuggle and watch A League of Their Own. That I don't think that was in the original airing. I feel like League of Their Own is a thing. Was it?
I'm not sure. I love the addition to
anyway.
if it's on. We're only putting it on. If it's playing on TV,
like, something else.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, and then so I started getting like emotional when she looks to Ben, but then when she says it's been an honor to serve this town and she will cherish every moment. Oh my God, I started crying. I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't even believe it. It's like you have come this far and you will continue to serve this town in whatever way you can. And it's just so beautiful.
It's beautiful and it makes you so mad at the same time of just, you guys don't even deserve her.
Mm-hmm.
This sweet little angel baby.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I do have to do a shout out to, okay, so most people know now that I am in Virginia, and I do have to do a brief shout out to our governor-elect, Abigail Spanberger.
Yes, yes.
Who, first female governor of Virginia, and Democratic governor, I should say. And also, I talked about this. I posted on the Parks account and everything too, but she is so Leslie coded. It is amazing. She did a bus tour all throughout Virginia to go for her campaign rally. She had a little stump speech, and she had her attorney general elect and lieutenant governor with her on the speech. And yeah, her bus was so beautiful. It was like this cool purple thing, and people could sign the bus, and it was so great. And then when she gave her victory speech, she had her husband and her 3 kids, and she like proclaimed her love for her husband, and they both started crying, the husband more so. And I was like, this is so Leslie and Ben. I cannot even stand it. And the fact
Down
that
to
they
the
have 3
3
girls.
kids. Yes.
Yes. I was like, they're not triplets, but they have 3 kids. And I was like, oh my God. And she had a similar energy, which we should all have, of like, this is an honor and I am here for you. And even if you didn't vote for me, like, this is the place that I'm serving. And I will say, and this is the last of my tangent, but she got me because in her stump speech at the bus tour and on some of her ads, she is from this area, but I think she moved. And then she was like, I want there to be a place for Virginians. If there's ever a girl out there who moves away and wants to come back home, I want her to have affordable housing. I want her to be able to like provide for her family. And I was like, are you like literally speaking to me? Because that is my story, and it is your story too. And I can't even stand it.
Love
It was
it.
beautiful. So congratulations to all of our Democratic wins. Congratulations, California. You guys did great too.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Only
Jersey.
one prop and we did it right.
Yeah. So anyways, also Zoran, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And another lady, Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey. So well done to all of our elections. Okay. Wrapping it up almost. Okay, so Purd isn't holding his mic. That's a fun Purd moment, I feel. A lady who said something of no significance or something like this, and I just realized I'm not holding my mic. So now we're at the sunflower mural, which is so beautiful. Love that they end a lot of their special moments here. This has become such a cornerstone of their relationship and their discussions and things like that. Oh my gosh. And I don't know who the fuck came up with this. I have to speak to a producer or a writer or something, but how did they decide to go to France? Because it's perfect. It's so good. It's
I
so
did
beautiful.
find myself, though, having that moment where I broke the reality and went, he just spent $1,200 on Jenn and he got tickets to France? Damn, Ben, you're a real good accountant.
I know, totally. And it was so last minute, too, which those flights are not cheap when it's not planned.
No, not at all.
So I'm just going to say that he put it on his credit card and he figured it out later.
There we go. He's
that's
frugal. He
reasonable.
probably had points.
Sure. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I suggest this for everyone, like Leslie says, within your reason, within your means. in times of like a big transition or a big shift, and I need to practice my own preaching, because people have told me that they've started new jobs and have like a week and a half off or something in between, and I never do that. In fact, I usually overlap. Like I am still at one job while I'm working the other until I quit. And it's so much nicer to be able to have, even if it's just a weekend, like a moment of like a reset. So I think it's great that they did that. And in my head, I was like, did they really go? Like, could they have created a Paris prop? And then I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, looking at all the places they went, I was like, no. And I don't know if you noticed, but Mike Schur, this is a great catch by whoever on IMDb caught it, or whoever did this contribution. Mike Schur is in the scene where Leslie and Ben are eating lunch, and it's outside at a little cafe. It's at minute 24:26. He's sipping an espresso. He's right next to them. I never would have noticed unless someone pointed it out, because I was so focused on Ben and Leslie. It's so cute.
That's great. Oh, I'm going to have to rewatch now.
Totally. Please do. You will love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
This is another thing where I would need to confirm, but I'm interested what you have to say. This like tag about the Inception bridge, I don't remember that.
Okay, I don't remember it at all. But again, this is another moment with Logan of just, oh no, that's me. Because
he's all of them.
He's all of them. Anytime someone's ridiculous, it's them. Because we've done this in London and we've done this in New York, where it's like, oh, that's the Queensboro Bridge. That's the bridge that Gwen Stacy died on. Or I'm like,
okay.
Rockefeller Plaza. Do you want? And it's like, no, the Gwen Stacy Bridge. Or like the Millennium Bridge in London, who's like, oh, this is the Love Actually Bridge. He's like, yeah.
And the Dementors Bridge.
Yeah.
That's what I know it as. The Dementors tore it apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But it's such peak Ben Wyatt stuff, though, too, of, yeah, cool. A Christopher Nolan film was here. Like, his deep love that we keep having come out, not just of nerdiness, but you can tell he's like a total Nolan bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love it.
Yes. And I do. Yeah. I love that moment that you said you were Leslie in that moment when like the Rockefeller Center's here. And she's like, the Eiffel Tower is literally behind us.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, Inception, man. So good. Oh my God. I just love that he got to have his little moment, though. It is changing his life.
It's so sweet.
Also, I really love, and I'd love to know how much it costed, because I feel like this song is everywhere, but I'm glad that they put this song in there. Dun, 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 any French film or not film, any American movie with a French scene, I feel, has that song in it.
You gotta. Like, legally you're required to, I think.
Yes. So I had to look it up because I never knew like the information on it. The name is Sympathique. And I looked that up, which means friendly, compassionate. It is not a love song, or at least from what my American ass did not take it as a love song. It was more like friendly and like sincere and friendship kind of compassion. But maybe that means love. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the name of the song. It was written by China Forbes, or China, I don't know how they pronounce it, and Thomas M. Lauderdale. Performed by Pink Martini is the name.
Oh, okay.
Love that. I don't know. Do you know Pink Martini? I don't
know. She's a jazz musician. So I went on a smooth jazz cruise with my dad. And
you love jazz. I
do.
I love remembering that fact about you.
I'm just a little geriatric lady. Like, I want to listen to jazz and sit with a cup of tea and read my stories and be in bed by 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm. But did you get to see her or something on the jazz cruise?
No, I didn't get to, but my dad's obsessed with her. My mom was on it too, but she just like didn't care about anything. So she'd just be like, I'm going to go hang out in my room, or I'm going to go like on this little excursion. And my dad and I would stay up to like 3 a.m. trying to hang out with musicians. It was the best. It was great. But my dad's obsessed with her.
Oh my gosh. Where was this cruise?
We went to Greece and Italy and Sicily.
Oh my God.
It was ages ago. This
fun.
was like 13 years ago, probably.
Okay.
Because I had just moved to LA. I'd been here for like a month, and then I left to go on a cruise with them.
Wow. Wow. That's lovely. Okay.
That's great.
Well, yes. Well done, Pink Martini. I'll definitely look up more songs
Yeah.
because I feel like it's one of those things where she's like, well, honestly, it's probably both. It's like one of those things where it's like, I have more songs, but also
Yeah.
I'm sure she's like, well, give me the check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, that's all I have for Second Chunce. Do you have any other notes? Anything else?
Man. No, I was just so happy to revisit this one because, again, it's always so fun when you realize just the things that have become so ingrained in your everyday life. You don't even remember specifically where it's from. Like, I knew these were all Parks and Rec quotes, but it was just, I can't believe I quote this episode so much.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, it's just a delight.
So true. Yeah. And I think this is kind of the turning point in season 6, which is what I like so much about it, where it's just, okay, what's next? Because I think we've been waiting for it, or like it's the beginning of what's next, if you will. Because when we like saw that she was going to get recalled, I was like, oh my God, what the hell are they going to do now? And again, like you said, I feel like my mind was in the limiting belief of like, where do we go from here when there's so many places to go from here? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And, we're rounding out the Ann and Kris story, which we'll talk about my qualms, I'm sure, as we keep going. Ann and Kris they did Ann dirty. I'm sorry. They did. The listeners heard me. I'm not going to say it again. But anyways, okay, well, that's all. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. Please check out Kris's voiceover studio. I'll post that in the show notes. And her podcast, Two Filthy Casuals, which is fantastic and so great with fandom. Is there anything else that I forgot? Oh, what's your Instagram again?
Oh, at It's Kris Carr. And I'm Kris with a K, Carr with 2 R's.
Okay, great. I'll post that too and tag you and everything so people can find you. But hopefully you can come on again one of these days. And I appreciate you coming on today.
Oh, thanks for having me on again, buddy. I appreciate it. This is always so fun.
Yay! Okay, well, thanks everyone for listening. And we hope you have a great rest of your day, week, whenever you're listening. And thanks for being our park pal. Bye.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.